Hello folks, Typhoon Carter here, and I bring to you DPP Revival Ubers Open. This is top 8 action between Crying and Stone Cold, also known as Dave. And this is a doubleheader. We got winners bracket action, so nobody here is at risk of being eliminated from this tournament outright. And these are two fantastic players who have deserved to get this far. Anyways, this should be a super exciting matchup to watch though. Crying kind of more representative of the new school of DPP Ubers, whereas Dave representative of the old school. So love to see it. Let's jump right in. So we got Ho-Oh lead into a Deoxys speed lead. Ho-Oh probably got Sacred Fire here, try to fish for a burn and break the sash perhaps. No, that is a bulky DOS, so nicely done on Dave's end, and Thunderwave's there trying to play for para hacks. But now that Ho-Oh's out of commission, at the very least, and Mewtwo is going to threaten it. Interesting, so he might not have a great follow-up for this. No, it is screened, so I would expect perhaps something like a double dance Groudon in the picture here. And Mew trying to sub there, not gonna work. Mew going... Is this Baton Pass? Oh, we see a Primeape. The only reason Primeape is ever used in Ubers is a Scarfer, a Sleep Talk Scarfer kinda, that can like revenge kill Darkrai. That is the only reason you would ever see this. And a Sleep Immune for that matter, since... Oh, Encore's here. Wait, no, it's even slower. No, it's not running any speed. Mewtwo's gonna get Encore, so it won't be able to get the Baton Pass off. And Encore, remember, lasts several turns, and we see a DD Tyranitar, a very rare sight. So Tyranitar is now at plus, reflects off, so the Baton Pass chain is pretty much broken. And Dialga is gonna come in here, and it's gonna get super powered. So DD Tar actually sweeping a game, perhaps. And no, Ray actually lives this. Is he gonna do enough? No, so does not look like to be the case. EQ's there into a Bronzong. Bronzong could threaten an explosion right back. What's the play going to be? Yep, there's the explosion. What's the last here? Last is Darkrai, and remember, Primeape can put this thing out of commission for good, and superpowers there into a Chobbleberry. Question is this Tyranitar Lumberry? Okay. Primeape. Oh. Okay, so that's gonna do it. And Crying is going to take this game one. Oh, okay, it was Scarf. I was just tweaking out and forgot speed. Wow. Talk about a crazy game. Primeape showing up in Ubers. Goes to show what sleep immunity can do to a Pokemon's viability in DPP Ubers in general. So, crazy stuff. But regardless, though, we have a game 2 though of this best of 3. Stone Cold at risk of being sent to losers here. Let's see what he's gonna do here with his back against the wall. Groudon lead into a Deoxys speed lead, so Dave leading with DOS again. Stealth Rock's here into an EQ, so probably just gonna get the spikes. Yep, Deoxys speed gonna go down. Is Crying bringing out a Sunstall perhaps? There's the Dialga, does not tell us anything just yet. Dark Void's here. That is probably a Scarf Dialga based on how he's playing this. And Metagross has shown up. Metagross actually a pretty viable pick in Ubers in general. Like just being able to do Rock Polish, being able to explode, like just a Steel Resist, very valuable in general. And there's the Rock Polish. What's he gonna do? Explodes here. Gonna deny the Rapid Spin, but Crying is gonna get T-Spikes up at the very least. Latios is gonna come in. Blissey is shown here. Is this this might be Eclipse with Giratina Altered and Cresselia as the last here. That is a relatively recent innovation where we've seen lead. Oh no, Lugia is shown at the very least, so it is a Sunstall, but not the Sunstall that we think of. Lugia probably got threatened an Ice Beam here. But Rest instead, interesting. Obviously, he doesn't want to stick around and find out against this Darkrai. And don't forget, Sleep Clause is active because of the Dialga being put to sleep. Dark Pulse is there, not gonna quite do enough, and we see T-Spikes really putting in overtime. Huge Focus Blast miss though. And Blissey always going to soft blow that off. Groudon's going to come in, gonna eat the S-Toss, and now Groudon on its last legs. Lugia is going to comfortably sit on this Groudon for the most part, barring any major hacks. It should have Sleep Talk here. Yup. Okay, Whirlwind's out here. And that Bad Dream's really punishing Rest. Yeah, that's a reason why we don't see Rest as frequently in Ubers, just because of that. Also because it's just hard to fit in general, but here we are though. And Focus Blast going to miss again. Soft blows here, and that Darkrai gonna try to get any damage off, but it'll just soft blow that off. Nothing too surprising. Groudon on its last legs here, unless there's a Healing Usher, but I highly doubt it. Yep, that's gonna go down. Question is, oh, there's the Rayquaza. Rayquaza could be at risk of getting parried here. And Lugia going to... Oh, okay. And Skarm is going to sit on this pretty comfortably. But things could get a little dangerous. He's not careful. Oh, it is confused now. And has to be careful of Hidden Power Fire or Thunder. Dave's going to double back, expecting Crying to scout that out. That's exactly what happens, but Groudon's still really healthy though. 46% there, and it could KO, it might not KO, probably does not look like it. Stone Edge, kind of rare on Groudon, but it makes sense for Ho-Oh because Ho-Oh can be a really difficult threat to contain in Ubers in general, as we've seen many times before where Ho-Oh can just take over games. Dialga is going to come in here, and looks like it's just going to be used as a sacrificial fodder. However, the biggest thing that's working against Dave right now is just time. Yeah, like you are on a timer, you need to dodge Toxics, you need to, like there's a lot of things that has to happen here. And Dave's saying GG. Yeah, Rayquaza is on its last legs. Gonna need a crit here, does not get it. And Crying is going to take this series 2-0, so well played by Crying, and Dave is going to be sent down to losers, so that will not be the last we see of Dave. And Dave could still make money in this tour, so keep that in mind. But that concludes the first series of this doubleheader of Winners Bracket action. Our second series of the day is FC versus Highlord. This is a very exciting matchup, a matchup that I am pleased to see in top 8, especially on winner's side. So, you know, not going to be the last of either player that we see regardless of what happens. We have Highlord, the winner of the first DPP Ubers Invitational that was hosted by BKC a few years ago. And we have FC, a very renowned Ubers player in general, and just a very good Pokemon player in general. And, you know, love to see it, but I'm interested to see what both players have cooked up here, especially Highlord. Let's jump right in. So we got Tentacruel into a Rayquaza lead, and Rayquaza probably just gonna threaten a Draco Meteor into an E-Speed. Tentacruel probably just gonna get T-Spikes up. That's exactly what happens here. Draco's there, so that Tentacruel actually has some bulk investment. Probably gonna threaten an Icy Wind or Ice Beam, as we see here. As long as I'm gonna get Rocks up. Tries to Hydro Pump there before it goes down, but Tentacruel trying to predict again, and oh, gets the freeze instead. Ray's going to come in and oh, going to eat a huge Ice Beam there, and Highlord actually KOing that Tentacruel with E-Speed. So yeah, Tentacruel kind of frail, but Giratina gonna try Shadow Sneak there, pick it off. Dialga gonna threaten the Dragon Pulse or Draco Meteor, and we see a Heatran, so there's gotta be a Groudon in the back for FC. And Earth Power's there. And the Heatran will at the very least get rocks up. Protects here, so it's... Oh, Magnet Rise is there. Yeah, Magnet Rise Dialga, not unheard of. It's not the most popular thing ever, but it's very viable. Really good for working around Groudon specifically. I believe we saw Squin... I think Squin used it against Highlord in an earlier round in this tournament. And Roos here, going to make Thunder not do a whole lot though. Subs again, using pressure to his advantage, trying to make Highlord waste a bunch of PP. Roos again, and you guys see, Dragon Pulse. So yeah, FC can't really effectively PP stall the Dialga as effectively. Thunder's there. He is going to need some hacks to go his way though. Sacred Fire's here, trying to predict that he was not going to click Thunder. Kyogre will come in. And the question is, how fast is this Kyogre? This Kyogre might be Scarf. FC not going to take any chances. Going to send a Heatran out. And Heatran will be able to shrug this off. And roars out instead. So yeah, Heatran running mono fire move, not unheard of. And Heatran probably trying to protect there. Highlord's gonna play around this. And going to land the Thunder, gonna take out Heatran. This should be a great time to bring Groudon in. Yep, there's the Groudon. Question is, what kind of Groudon set is this? It's probably either Double Dance or it's Rock Polish free attacks. We do not know for sure. And Kyogre will come in here. Really, the goal here is to just neutralize damage. And Bronzong being frozen, and now with rain, this is a great setup from Highlord there, because you can now make sure that Groudon can't safely click Fire Punch without falling the Bronzong. And Palkia is going to come in. Is it Lumberry? This could be Hobbenberry though, or Choice Scarf Palkia. Either one is plausible. Hydro Pumps there doesn't tell us a whole lot of information. But Brave Bird will nab a huge KO on that Palkia on FC's end, and Darkrai is now going to threaten a KO. Dark Pulse is there, nothing too crazy. Life Orb is shown, so I have inclination to believe that either the Kyogre or Palkia is Scarf, but Darkrai is going on FC's end is going to win the speed tie, or that was a Scarf Darkrai. Focus Blast again. I have every reason to think that this is probably a Scarf, but not an obvious conclusion to jump to. Arrow's gonna come in here, gotta reset the weather here. Bronzong still frozen. And oh, it was Double Dance, so it's Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw's here, gonna do 26%, not an insignificant amount at all. And question is, how long is this Bronzong going to stay frozen? It could also threaten an explosion or a toxic. Finally thaws, and Trick Room is going to show up here. And now it's going to threaten an explosion. That is exactly what's going to happen. Question is, how slow is this Giratina versus the Dialga? Shao Sneak's there, just wants to get guaranteed chip damage, and Giratina not gonna quite kill this Dialga barring a crit. One turn of Trick Room left. And Groudon should comfortably trade. I would just Rock Polish here. There's the Rock Polish. FC should take game 1 pretty comfortably from this position. And he's gonna be up 1-0, so cool stuff from both players so far. You know, love to see some Heatran, love to see sub Ho-Oh. And again, like nothing too crazy on either player's end, but seeing Elite Tentacruel with Sun backing it up, always good to see. But this is best of 3, so FC is up 1-0 and is on match point. Highlord with his back against the wall. Will he survive this game 2? Let's find out. Deoxys speed into a Ho-Oh lead, and DOS going to get spikes up. Does not look like it has rocks. Will survive the Sacred Fire, And Brave Bird's there. Highlord does not want to waste Sacred Fire PP. Kyler's going to come in. Is that partial? Perhaps. Might not be. We don't know for sure. Nice double switch into Bronzong here. And Palkia going to pop a huge Hydro Pump there. So that could be a Cobra DOS, could be a bazillion things, but nice sub there. And Thunders into the Latias. Latias will survive that thanks to Soldu being a broken item, for lack of a better word. Bronzong Highlord's end, probably gonna get rocks up here. And nice Kyogre entry on FC's end, he knows that's coming. Ho-Oh looks like it's just gonna be sacrificed. But going to come in on the Calm Mind here. Ho-Oh going to do a decent amount of damage with Brave Bird at the very least. And Surf, you will see Surf used just so that you don't get completely PP stalled out. Darkrai, go friend asleep. Scarf Chomp is the sleep absorber. And Garchomp now going to threaten the Sleep Talk. This could be a good scenario for FC to either go into Kyogre expecting a double switch into Bronzong, or you know, Highlord could also, you know, stay in, deal chip damage. We don't know what he's gonna do. There's the Kyogre play. There's the Bronzong. So Bronzong could also friend an Explosion. Just remember that. But Palkia is going to be able to stomach whatever Kyogre throws at it. Yeah, look at that. The quad resist. Palkia coming in huge. And Thunder's there trying to fish for a para. Gets what he's looking for. Spatial Run will kill. And Garchomp gonna threaten a Sleep Talk now. What's he gonna do? Dragon Claw's there, and don't forget, with the way Sleep Talk works, Garchomp cannot click a move again, so this gives Darkrai safe entry. If this is a sub, then not a great spot to be in. And that's kind of one of the downsides of a Sleep Talk, being your counterplay to sleep. And there's the Dark Pulse, and Garchomp going to threaten another kill. Outrage is there. And Bronzong. Oh, Dialga will at least get a KO, or threaten a possible KO on whatever comes in, or a significant amount of damage. Dialga is FC's last here, and that is that might be a Specs Dialga. Draco's there into a Bronzong. Yeah, that Dragon Pulse good. Oh, this might be a mixed Dialga with Life Orb, or it's you know, just all out special attacking Dialga. We don't know for sure, but Dragon Pulse is there. Question is, what's he gonna do with the Garchomp? Garchomp's got to click Sleep Talk or try to wake up. We'll do exactly that, but this gives Bronzong a free entry here. EQ's here. Trick Room's here. This could be a great time to pop an Explosion, perhaps. EQs, 2 more EQs is gonna do it. Or, sorry, free. It looks like I'm a liar. Or I cannot do math, but either one is plausible. Kyogre now has to be careful of getting exploded on, but yep, there's the explosion. The last looks like Highlord might be able to stomach whatever Garchomp throws at it. Kyogre should be able to live whatever Garchomp throws at it, barring a crit. No crits there, and Kyogre will close this game 2 out. Highlord will tie this series 1-1, so we got a rubber match here between these two fantastic players. Again, nobody is at risk of being eliminated. Just want to re-emphasize that. Whoever loses here is going to be sent down to losers, but whoever wins here is going to be that much closer to winning money for this tour. So, game 3, here we go. We got Deoxys Speed into Jirachi. Jirachi could try to flinch or U-turn out of this. Gonna U-turn out of this into a Giratina Origin. Gonna threaten the Shao Sneak KO. There's the Bronzong. Nothing too surprising. Bronzong probably gonna get Stealth Rocks up. There's the Will-O-Wisp. Going to put Bronzong on a Perma Timer for Highlord. And EQ's there trying to predict maybe a Dialga switch in, but not gonna happen. Does not look like Bronzong has Toxic though. And Highlord looking pretty comfortable trying to stay in there. Question is, what's he gonna do now? There's the Dialga. Looks like Dialga is Highlord's Stealth Rock setter. And Latias is going to come in right at that time. And oh, huge Draco Meteor crit. That normally does not KO, but this does open the door for Darkrai to threaten a sleep. And we see sub here, so Highlord trying to take advantage of a possible switch in to a sleep absorber. And now Deoxys Speed is the sleep absorber. Bronzong just going to be sacked off from the looks of it. And Darkrai now looks extremely threatening. Dragon Claw's here. Dark Pulse not gonna quite KO, but is forced to switch out with Jirachi, and this Scarfed Garchomp actually looks really threatening if he isn't careful. Dialga is still healthy on FC's side, so I kind of like FC's odds because Dialga is just so good at just being able to trade with multiple Pokemon, maybe even get 2-for-1s in DPP Ubers, and it's just such a central mon. And Deoxys Speed actually going to be sacrificed here, and Darkrai is going to go down due to Life Orb recoil, so FC in a fantastic spot here. Shadow Sneak not even going to 2-hit KO, and Latias is going to get a huge Draco KO. And surely FC can't tear acid. I'm not gonna read this out. If you know, you know. If you know that gif, that is. But Latias gonna recover here. Don't know. I feel like Garchomp would be a better swap there, but I get why you don't want to risk an Ice Punch. Well, wow. Right as I say that, just like clockwork, baby. Palkia is going to come in here. Got friend is Kyogre. You better have sub because if you don't have sub, this is really bad. But this Garchomp looks really nasty in the end game here, especially because it still has its Scarf intact and it's got Outspeed Scarf Palkia if it has that, among other things. Latias got Thunder here, and oh, Spatial Rend misses there. What's the last for Highlord? Kyogre is the last here, and Latias is just going to be able to force chip damage on this Kyogre. Scarf Garchomp should be able to clean it out, and that's the game. So FC is going to win this game free. He's going to win the series 2-1. FC did catch a bit of a break in this game, especially with the Latias sequence, but I think there were a couple other spots I could think of. Like the Dialga crit was huge because that prevented Highlord from getting Rocks up. This meant that he also wasn't able to get chip damage on Latias, on Garchomp, you know, and then like the Latias might have not even been in the game, or like would have been taken out of the picture sooner, or significantly weakened at the very least. So you know, those are just things to think about, I would say. And yeah, but Highlord not eliminated. He is going to be sent down to the losers bracket instead. And a good series, barring the slightly anticlimactic game 3. But regardless though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and consider donating to DPP Revival Ubers' prize pool. And I will see you guys next time.